Thank you for staying with us right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. This is 6 minutes after 12 right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. This is Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. And you're welcome to the program The Big Question, where we get to profess solutions to issues affecting us as a nation. Now, on The Big Question, we have been going through with our 16 days of activism. Today is day 11, so we just have 5 more days to wrap the 16 days of activism up. It just felt like yesterday we started the 16 days of activism, and now we are on day 11 already. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and on the 16 days of activism on Women Radio, we get to raise awareness, mobilize action, and call for prevention and elimination of all forms of violence against women and girls worldwide. And of course, we get to call for the support of survivors of domestic and sexual sexual gender-based violence. All right, so that's what we do right here. We started up on the 25th of November, and we're going to take this to the 10th of December 2024. So you can do well to contribute on the program by dialing 07000 917 917. You can go ahead and, of course, also dial 0915 09155 917 917. Our toll-free number for our female callers is 0800 1235 917. Our WhatsApp number is 070 317 56537. All right, so for today on the program, we have the manager of Agape Sexual Assault Referral Center. She is Mfonkan Ukemabasi Henry, and of course she's joining us today for the program, The Big Question, where we're going through with our 16 days of activism, and we're looking at rising above SGBV. All right, so we're concentrating, or rather we've been concentrating on the support for survivors from different organizations. All right, so let's go ahead and meet our guest for today, the manager, Agape Sexual Assault Referral Center. Good afternoon, Mfonkan. How are you today?
I'm fine, and you? Good afternoon.
I'm okay. So, how has the 16 days of activism been, especially for the Agape Sexual Assault Referral Center so far?
Yeah, it has been a nice one. So, we've done a lot of activities. I'm going out to sensitize young girls and women on the rape cause as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mfonkan. All right. This is Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the program, The Big Question. And of course, this is the 16 Days of Activism campaign going on right here on Women Radio. All right. Mfonkan, let's head on straight to the conversation for today. Now, as a sexual assault referral center, now how have you been able to support SGBV, survivors of SGBV, and what are some of the specific programs or services that this referral center has, or rather has been able to provide, survivors to rebuild their lives after experiencing sexual and gender-based violence?
Okay, so we do medical services. Like we have a doctor at the SAC that checks the client or the survivor of what extent the damage has been done.
Okay.
And so we also have counselors at the center that counsels the client. But there are so many people who are sexually assaulted and maybe want to take their lives because of what happened to them. So we have counselors here that talk to them about it and then make sure that they are out of the stigmatization. And so we also offer forensic examination.
Okay.
That's write police reports for people who have gone to the police station to report the case. So we write the police report. The doctor writes the police report for them. And then we also prevent HIV and AIDS. So being that the hospital is stationed inside Emmanuel General Hospital, AKET. So we have ART units here that provides us with PEP for the client. That's to prevent HIV/AIDS under 72 hours. But the earlier the better. Okay, so if the victim reports to the center before 72 hours or after 72 hours, the client will be able to, or we will be able to prevent the person from contacting HIV and AIDS under 72 hours. And so, so we also prevent unwanted pregnancies, like from 12 years up, 12 years above. We prevent HIV, we prevent pregnancy for the client, so that the client will not be pregnant, and that is done within 5 days of the rape. And so we also do referrals for other services, such as psychological services.
Okay.
And we also refer for legal services too, if the client wants to.
Okay. All right. This actually, seems like a holistic approach to helping survivors, ensuring that they rebuild their lives after experiencing SGBV. So that means there's the psychological aspect of it, there's a legal part of it, there's a medical part of it also. It seems like a comprehensive care for the survivor. So well done to the Agape Sexual Assault Referral Center. All right, so now in the society where you work, in the community where you work, how have you been able to go out there to address societal stigmas and cultural barriers that discourage survivors from seeking help or from even coming to the SAC center? Because, sometimes from what you get to hear from different community societies, maybe one cultural barrier, something that is going on, you might not be able to have survivors who will come up to, the referral center and want to bring up their case. So how have you been able to deal with that?
Okay, so we go to communities trying to create an awareness, because before now, people were blamed. Okay, so before now, people were actually raped. And then because of the stigma, the stigmatization, people could not come out to say, I was raped, because people would have a way of looking at you as a bad person, as the worst person on earth. And so, a lot of people had passed through it that haven't opened up to what had happened to them. And so, in our SAC, mostly when people come to the SAC, we tend not to blame them for what happened to them. We don't blame them for what happened to them. We tell them that it isn't their fault that had happened. I'm sure that if everyone rises up to not blaming the client or the survivor for what happened, we would have people who would come up to talk about what had happened to them. And then most of the people don't even believe that they have been raped. Okay, so we have people who come to the SAC and my father raped me, and then the mother will say it is a lie. My stepfather raped me. The mother will say it is a lie. You want to remove me from my husband's house, and and so because of the stigmatization, the culture that people don't believe that these people have been raped, and then they tend to blame them for what had happened to them. So the culture that has been there right from, but I'm happy that we have laws that are binding the SGBV. So I think, if we can stop blaming the survivors and stop telling them that it is not true, then the society will be a better place.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, for taking us through that. I mean, definitely you get to hear different things happening in different societies and different communities as regards to stigma, as regards to cultural barriers that might discourage the survivors from seeking help a lot of times. So at least there's awareness that is going on coming from, the SAC. So yes, well done. All right, this is Women Radio WFM 91.7. This is 17 minutes after 12, right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and I have with me Ufonkan Ukemabasi Henry. She's the manager, Agape Sexual Assault Referral Center. All right, and today we're looking at rising above SGBV. Now, to be a part of the program, you can dial 07000 917 917. You can also dial 09155 917 917. Our toll-free number for female callers is 0800 1235 917. Or you can send me a WhatsApp message on 070317 56537. All right, so now let's look at how you get to empower survivors to regain their confidence and independence after their experiences. So after taking them through psychological supports, the medical part of it, and even the collaborations you have with some, legal organizations, so how do you then get to encourage them? How do you then get to help them gain their confidence back so that they are able to integrate back into the society?
Hello, please come again. Sorry.
Okay, so I was just asking about how you are able to help the survivors. What strategies do you use to empower the survivors, to get back their confidence and independence after what they might have faced? For those who are able to come to the SAC and are able to tell their stories, and you're able to help them psychologically, legally, medically, and all of that. So how do you help them regain their confidence? How do you empower them, to get back to the society?
Okay, what we do at the SAC, number one, self-empowerment is to counsel them, because a lot of them come in with a mindset that that's the end of them, and that they will have to battle with sicknesses such as HIV and AIDS. And so we have a counselor station, as I said earlier on. So the counselor will talk them into trying to forget about the issue that had happened. It is not the end of the world. Just try to rebuild their self-ego, their self-esteem, and self-worth. So goes forward to talking about safety, and what's going to happen, that it shouldn't happen again. What happened before should not happen again. So rebuilding the self-esteem of the client is the key.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Fonkan, for taking us through that. Of course, with the help of counselors, they could definitely rebuild themselves. All right, so let's look at how you've been able to involve communities in raising awareness, in also, pushing for the culture of zero tolerance for SGBV. Because at the end of the day, we want to have communities that will not have, any space for sexual and gender-based violence. So how have you been able to, as a SAC, how have you been able to involve communities in raising awareness? I know you spoke about it earlier, but I want us to dwell on this a little bit. How has this been working out for you, and how have the communities where you have taken this awareness to, how have they taken this awareness so far? Okay,
so we go to communities to sensitize the village heads. You know that the village is where people take their problems to. To go and do settlement. Okay, so we've gone to the villages to talk to the village heads so that they will not keep the case, or they won't settle the cases in the village their way. So we've told them that they should send the cases to us and to the police for effective measures to be taken for them. Okay, so we also go to the villages to call the people together and speak on what rape is, because a lot of people don't know what rape is. Yeah, some people go ahead to ask questions that, can a man rape his wife? Of course, yes. The answer is yes. A man can rape his wife. So we've had men who tie their wives and have sexual intercourse with them with force. So as long as it is a force that is being penetrated into the woman, whether it is the person's wife or not the person's wife, the person will definitely have a wound. And being reported to the center, the doctor will know that it was actually a rape because there will be bruises on the person. Okay, so we've gone there to sensitize them because, the village men who had questions like, I paid for the dowry of this woman, so why will you come and say I shouldn't have my way? The dowry has been paid. So the sensitization is the key to sensitize people more on this thing, that there are things that are not their right, because they feel that this is their right, it is their wife. That the Bible says that the body of a woman is not hers, that is of the husband. I hear so many things when I go for sensitization. And so we also go to schools too to sensitize the male and female, because if we are able to sensitize the male folks, because they are the one carrying out these menace. They are the ones carrying out the menace. So we try to sensitize them too on that they are not supposed to be doing these things. And then we also go to the hospitals, the antenatal sessions, and sensitize the women that are expectant mothers. Sensitize them, because the children under 2 years, the children with Pampers, have also been sexually assaulted. So on sensitizing them that you shouldn't give your child to anybody at all. You shouldn't give your child to someone, because giving your child to someone, you don't know who you're giving your child to, that the person, even if you're stepping out to do something and then you come back, you find out that the 5 minutes that you went out and you're coming back, somebody has inserted the finger into your baby's body. And so, so we had a case of a child of 1 year, 7 months, who was sexually assaulted by an unknown person to the mom, because the mom kept the child for someone to take care of and went to where she went to for days. For days, that's how she goes and come back. And then before she came, somebody had, not even the finger, inserted his manhood on a child of 1 year, 7 months. Okay, so we sensitize mothers on carelessness, because majority of the rape cases that happen is as a result of the carelessness of the mothers and also the fathers. The fathers are not left out. So a lot of sensitization is going on, and we need to do more, because if we can sensitize them enough, that they will know that this thing is, this menace is around them. And people who rape our children are the people we know. They are our friends, our associates, our neighbors.
Yes.
They are our housekeepers. They are our what do you call them again? Our gardeners, our securities. You might think your child is not going out, but people around you are sexually assaulting the children. So we take the sensitization even to the market.
Yeah.
Sensitize the market women, because most of them, from morning till night, they are in the market. You won't know what your child is doing, and so we sensitize mostly the mothers, so that they will know that this thing is really happening. Now sensitizing them also on betting their children at least once in a day. Because we have cases that have come to the center, and then you ask a woman what really happened to your daughter. She will say she doesn't know what happened to the child. When did it happen? I don't know. How did it happen? I don't know. I just got to find out. And also sensitize them on compatibility, the bonding. How is your bond with your child? Now, raising a child is not just giving the child food to eat. It's not just giving the child clothes to wear. Okay, it also has confidentiality. So the closeness between a child and parent should be very strong, so that the child will be able to conversate with you. The child will be able to tell you what happened to her, So when my kids come back from school, I ask them, what happened in school today? What happened in school today? How was school today? Now you are trying to bring the bond between you and the child. And the child will tell you, mommy, somebody told somebody, Waka. Somebody told somebody this. Somebody said you are very stupid to someone. I said, I hope you did not tell the person like that. She said, no, mommy, I did not. Or yes, I did. Now you have your own way of correcting the child, not correcting the child with hate, correcting the child with being harsh on the child. The child would not come back to tell you anything that happens to the child. And so sensitization is beyond talking about breaking the silence.
Okay.
It's also on rebuilding our children, for the male children. So a popular say that we're always telling the girl child, cover your legs, and that is why we have women who can cook, women who can do things at home, and then we have guys that they say, your place is not in the kitchen, your place is in the parlor, So rebuilding our children would help the society to be a good one.
Okay.
So sensitization should just go beyond the breaking the silence and not blaming the victim and so on.
All right. Thank you very much, Ofonkan, for taking us through that. Now, as we wrap up the program, how do you think we can all come together? Stakeholders, talking about the society, communities, or talking about government, and even other organizations. How can we come together to support survivors of sexual, gender-based violence? And then you give us your final words with that too.
Okay. What we can actually do, or the stakeholders, mostly we have laws that guides the sexual assault, the rape. Example, we have like laws that says someone will go for 7 years imprisonment, law that says 21 years, law that says life imprisonment. So if the law enforcement agencies uphold these laws, a lot of things will change. So because we have people who, because they have money, they can buy, they can just have their ways. So people go to the police station, and then they will come back and tell us that the bills that they called for them, that they cannot pay. And we should also bear in mind that these people are vulnerables. The people that, the people who undergo rape are people that don't even have what to eat. Because, the cases we've seen so far, hardly before you see a rich man child that is sexually assaulted, So the law enforcement should make sure that they keep these laws that abide the rape, the perpetrators that commit this act. So they should make sure, that the law is being upheld, so that the perpetrators will actually pay for what they have done. But why perpetrators are still raping people today is because there's nothing done. They feel it is normal that if I get to the police station, I'll just have to pay my way. I'll just have to settle the case. A lot of clients come to the center and like, how was the case? Yeah, I have settled with the police. They have given money to the police, and the police will collect the money and settle the case. Or we went to the village and settled the case. So our stakeholders should come to the terms that they should keep the laws bound.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Funkan, for being a part of our program today and also sharing with us what you think should be done so that we can have, headway when it comes to, kicking out, preventing sexual and gender-based violence, and even to support the survivors also. Thank you so much for being a part of the program today.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too, and have a great day, and enjoy the rest of the week.
All right, thank you. Goodbye to you.
All right. Well, there you have it, coming from the manager, Mfonkan Kemabasi Henry of Agape Sexual Assault Referral Center. She has said it all, and, majorly, she talked about upholding the law, because at the end of the day, if these perpetrators know that they can just stroll into the police station and stroll out after a few hours or after some days, then we're not really fighting, the cause for the survivors, to support the survivors and to give them that peace of mind that they are safe in our communities. All right, so that's it for today on the program. So let's keep remembering that together we can build a safer and more equitable world where everyone can thrive free from violence. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. A very big thank you to the program's team of Women Radio for putting this together, and to the executive producer, Tomo Okewale Shonaya. Do want to have a great day and join us tomorrow for our Day 12 on the 16 Days of Activism campaign. Stay tuned to Women Radio WFM 91.7. Good afternoon.
WFM 91.7.